Your son looked at you Sunday morning, kitchen table, coffee between you. He said, "Dad, how do you always know when something is wrong before anyone says anything?" You said, "I don't know, I just do," and went back to your coffee. But there is an answer. It's specific. It's documented. It has a name. And it started long before the army. It started in an empty house in 1979. I'm Robert, retired soldier, and today I want to tell you exactly what built you. Not why you're different. What built the different? Because once you know, you stop trying to fix it. In 2018, Norwegian researchers studied 730,000 military conscripts, the largest cognitive data set ever assembled. They weren't looking for Gen X. They were studying everyone. What they found was Gen X. IQ scores hit their absolute historical peak for men born around 1975, dead center of your generation. Then they compared brothers, same house, same parents, same DNA, patterns still held. It wasn't what you were born with. It was what happened to you after you were born. 3 operating systems, all installed, all running, same brain, same time. You want to know why you figure out any environment in 2 weeks? And why none ever felt exactly right? The first thing that built you was the empty house. Not metaphorically, the actual house. The actual key around an actual 10-year-old boy's neck in 1979. At ages 8 to 14, the human brain is at maximum plasticity. Gen X got complete unsupervised autonomy every afternoon. Researchers were measuring damage. They weren't measuring what the empty house was actually building. Dr. Tasha Howe at Humboldt State found children with consistent unsupervised autonomy showed elevated scores in 3 specific areas: executive function, frustration tolerance, self-directed motivation. The exact 3 the Army tries to install. You arrived at basic training with all 3 already running. The Army didn't build you. It found you already built. In 2007, Stuart Cadwallader at University of Warwick studied the top 5% of cognitive ability in the UK. He expected classical music. He found rock and heavy metal. Overwhelmingly, not as an outlier, as the dominant genre. What they described wasn't aggression. It was the first time something was complex enough to match what was happening inside their heads. Peter Renfro and Samuel Gosling at University of Texas confirmed it. Heavy metal listeners shared elevated cognitive profiles with classical listeners. The third thing was no internet. Gen X solved problems the way humans solved them for all of recorded history, by thinking. The generation after Gen X got the answer in 3 seconds. They never built the muscle of sitting with uncertainty. You were doing reps on cognitive equipment nobody is building anymore. Every afternoon, every problem, every broken thing fixed alone. There's a multi-tool on your keychain. The one from 1994, slightly worn at the pivot points. You carry it because problems don't announce themselves, and a ready man beats a perfect man every single time. Not chosen because it looks good, chosen because it works every time, in any situation, without requiring perfect conditions. That multi-tool is not a coincidence. It's a self-portrait. Not every Gen X soldier carries this wiring the same way. 3 types. You've been at least 2 of them. The adapter walks into any environment and within 2 weeks understands it better than 5-year veterans. He is the most useful man in every room, and the most tired, in a way nobody has ever thought to ask about. Adapting to environments not built for him costs more than environments built for him ever would. 40 years of that cost. The standard carrier has a standard, not a preference, not a suggestion, a standard. He's been called difficult by people who never worked where his standard kept people alive. He is calibrated to a precision civilian environments never required, so they never learned to recognize it. The quiet builder stopped trying to fit into wrong rooms. He built his own, to his own standard. He didn't find the right room. He built it, with his own hands, to his own standard. Which one are you? The adapter, the standard carrier, or the quiet builder? Drop it in the comments. Being wired differently doesn't just feel like not fitting in. It feels like carrying a frequency nobody around you is tuned to. Every conversation that stops 3 floors below where you needed it to go. Every job where you are clearly the most capable. And the promotion goes to the person who talked about the work more convincingly. In 2019, the Journal of Veteran Studies found retired military with high operational identity reported 4 times higher environmental mismatch stress. Not PTSD, not depression, environmental mismatch stress, being capable in environments that don't require or recognize it. 4 times, not slightly more, 4 times. You've spent 10 years asking the wrong question. What is wrong with me that I cannot fit? The right question, what kind of environment was actually built for what I am? Those 2 questions lead to completely different lives. The first makes you smaller. The second makes you build. Dr. Angela Duckworth at University of Pennsylvania found one consistent predictor of long-term high performance. Not intelligence, not talent, not any advantage you can inherit. Perseverance of effort, staying with it past where most people stop. She found it correlated most strongly with environments that demanded it during the developmental window at maximum brain plasticity. The empty house, the no internet afternoon, the music loud enough to match what was inside, the formation at 0-500. Dr. Linda Krieger-Silverman confirmed. Individuals shaped by sustained high-demand environments showed qualitatively different cognitive architecture. Built like a field knife differs from a kitchen knife, same steel, completely different purpose, completely different intended environment. You are not a damaged version of what you were supposed to be. You are the precisely built version. Science finally caught up to what the field already knew. You were not accidentally built. You were specifically built. 2 years after I retired, dinner party, someone asked what I missed most about the Army. I said, the standard. They nodded. Went back to talking about a television show. They thought I meant the routine. What I actually meant, rooms where the quality of your work was the only currency. Where excellence wasn't admirable. It was the operational minimum. No language exists for that in a civilian dinner party. So I said, yeah, the structure. Drove home, sat in my driveway for 11 minutes. That was the night I stopped looking for the right room and started figuring out how to build one. Stop explaining your wiring to environments not built to receive it. You will spend your life losing that conversation. Stop translating. Start building. 2 completely different missions. You've been running the wrong one. Find conditions that match the wiring, not a job that tolerates you. Conditions that actually require what you are. Real stakes, real standards, real team calibrated to what you bring. Build it, don't wait to find it. Understand what you actually are, not what 10 years of civilian life has been negotiating you down to. A specific kind of mind, built by a specific sequence. The sequence is done. What it built is still standing right here. If this hit somewhere real, which type were you? Adapter, standard carrier, or quiet builder? Drop it below. Share this with one man who spent 10 years trying to fit. Not knowing the reason he can't fit is also why he was the best soldier in every unit. He was never the wrong model. He was always in the wrong room. The uniform came off. The wiring didn't. Drive on.